Good evening, everyone. My name is Madeline, and I'm an occupational therapist. And tonight we are focusing on health professionals. So for you as the consumer, why you need to know about activation and collagen, and as a health professional, why should you take note of this, because this is so important. And I am joined tonight by Rhonda Muller and also Karen New. I'm going to hand over to you, Rhonda, and then you can quickly introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's great to be on here once we organise the tech little issue. Well done, Madeline. Tech savvy us women. But yeah, so for those who don't know me, my name is Rhonda Muller. I'm a nutritional therapist. I'm based in Mackay in North Queensland. And yeah, pretty much I got started in nutritional therapy when everything else was failing. I wasn't getting answers that I needed, etc. So been in studying and started back in 2009, and yeah, I have not looked back. And it was really interesting when Madeline came to me in 2018, started talking about oxidative stress and mitochondrial dysfunction and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, I was studying all that back in 2009, 2010. I know exactly what you're talking about. But I hadn't heard about the products that she was introducing me to. And I was really, quite frankly, being very open, I was really annoyed that I hadn't heard about these products because, you know, as a nutritional therapist, I get results, but I was taking the long way around. I was using a lot of food and supplementation like vitamins and minerals and all that kind of stuff and getting really good results. But I honestly believe I would have got far faster results and would have been way more effective if I'd known about activation earlier.
Absolutely. This is where we work smarter and not harder.
100%.
Thank you so much for sharing, Rhonda. How about you, Karen?
So a little bit about me. So I've only just started with LiveVantage in the last couple of weeks and am already seeing really, really phenomenal results with the collagen. But my background is in nursing, and I'm currently a naturopathy student, just in my first year. And I'm really looking forward to sharing with you some discoveries I've made being new to the product, and yeah, hoping it helps.
This is super exciting. So let's dive in. We are celebrating mums, women, self-care, and really what you can do to optimize your health so that you can be a better mum for your family. So with the collagen product, Rhonda, what was it that really attracted you to the collagen that we have?
Well, the collagen, I had a really big health, like a clinic in Mackay for many years. And from word go, gut health is absolutely paramount. If our gut is not working properly, it's going to impact every single part of our body. And I work predominantly with women and children, but mental health, pediatric special needs is my gig. And it's only recently within the last 4 or 5 years that I've been working towards anti-aging. But yeah, when collagen, to me, I used to sell some beautiful products in regards to collagen to help heal the gut, restore, regenerative, you know, because we know collagen is a lot more than just wrinkles and beauty, right? It's gut health is absolutely paramount, but also our bone health, our joint health, our brain is absolutely vital. But the products that I was always steering towards were very expensive, you know, 100% grass-fed. They were always powder, things like that. And so we knew you needed to have a lot of it because the absorption was a lot poorer. Okay, you couldn't consume enough to get the actual true results that you needed to do. And so yeah, for me, collagen is next level when it comes to healing. But when you pair it with this beauty, the NRF2 activator, this also stimulates collagen. Yes, it stimulates with activating your own internal antioxidant system. But when you put these two together, this is what we're calling the healthy glow state. It takes it to the next level. So it helps you with your absorption. The NRF2 is scientifically proven, this one here, to lengthen the villi of your small intestine. It's activating your NRF2 protein pathway. So that's going to help you with your absorption. When you come in with collagen, it helps to seal the gut. It helps to really nurture. So you're bringing in all of the goodness that you're eating and you're drinking, but also any supplementation that you're needing. If you're lacking in, zinc or iron or anything like that, it's going to help. So yeah, collagen, I love it. I shout it from the rooftops.
Absolutely. So let's quickly have a look at who needs collagen and what causes decline of collagen, so that we know when kids are born, they've got youth pathways that keep them young, active, vibrant, healthy, happy, and they are so squishy and plump. They've got massive amounts of collagen, but then unfortunately in our early 20s, our collagen starts to decline. And from the age of 50, you have basically lost half of your collagen. So really, it's all about age. It's UV exposure, oxidative stress. Rhonda, you touched on the oxidative stress, which is really an important factor with the NRF2. Then environmental toxins, that reduces your collagen, inflammatory diet. So everything processed, that also affects your collagen. And then stress, just having stress, as we all do. From a benefit perspective, like Rhonda mentioned, it's way more than hair, skin, nails, beauty. But if you can have that, why not? We all want to age gracefully, and I am really grateful that we have the collagen. From my perspective as an occupational therapist, I think the biggest thing for me, like Rhonda said, I was also a little bit shocked that no one ever told me about the NRF2, but even with collagen, as an occupational therapist, we are really working with function and deficits. And in my work over years, no one ever told me to recommend collagen to my patients, to my clients. And it is something that I think is really, really important, especially if you're looking at muscle recovery or joint health, bone health, eyes. Rhonda mentioned about the gut health, and we're going to come back to the gut health, and then also mental health. In regards to mental health, it is really important, brain and cognitive support and cardiovascular health. So coming back to the gut health, Rhonda, what have you seen with clients in regards to gut health when they do not address their gut health? What are they going to struggle with, and what does it present like? Because I feel sometimes people are struggling with such a lot of symptoms, but they don't know what to do with the symptoms, and they don't get the answers from the medical system.
Yeah, it's a real vicious cycle. You will never get onto true healing until you address the gut dysfunction, or the bacterial dysbiosis. It's really just creating a massive flamethrower in the gut. We all need a small amount of inflammation, like a little pilot light, and then when we have any kind of viral or bacterial infection, it flares up to kill off any of the foreign invaders and then comes back down. But unfortunately, when we're not addressing the gut health, all of us are running around with this major flamethrower. And so then that's exacerbating all of these other issues. And that's what we're seeing. Each generation is actually becoming weaker and weaker because of this. All of these diseases and conditions, just when you Google oxidative stress, for example, it's linked to hundreds of conditions. But so is leaky gut, and when you're not addressing that gut dysfunction, it pretty much impacts every part of our body. And the first thing that it impacts is our brain, our mental health, speech and language, memory, focus, concentration, your mood, your sleep, all of these things. So it's just a real kick-on effect. And then because then you're in that the signaling pathways are in that cellular stress, it's then you're going to create even more free radicals, oxidative stress, which is going to damage the gut lining even further. So it's that real vicious cycle. Honestly, I cannot recommend these highly enough. I will never stop taking these two products. They're my best friend. I love them. Not because, I want to look, fantastic into my 60s, because I'm not far off, but it's about having that function, and like you were talking about, the function, being an occupational therapist, all disease begins in the gut. And if the gut's not working properly, then yeah. And you'll see, a lot of beauty industry, even a lot of beauty therapists, they're all talking about inner health. Even Vicky was talking about that the other night, Monday night. They're really addressing the younger generation coming through and understanding the importance of gut health. And so they're trying to bring in a lot of products into their clinics, into their beauty salons, etc., to really address the gut health. And it's very wise. But as you'll see, not all of the products really stack up to what they should be.
For sure. And thank you for that. It is such amazing and valuable information. So Karen, you are the detox mama, and I know that you are really passionate about educating people, and you have done your due diligence in regards to collagen and activation. Can you share with us more about what you found in regards to collagen? And when you have a look at a collagen product and you want to make that health investment, what do you look for so that you can get maximum return on your investments?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So basically in my group, I've sort of been coaching people around detox and detoxing their lives, detoxing their pantries, detoxing their bathrooms, sort of just overhauling their whole lives for many, many years. And the one thing I'm really proud to do when I do take someone by the hand and take them on that journey is to go, hey, let's start looking at labels, not just labels in your food, not just labels that you would think to look at, but to really look at everything. So that's not just something I teach people. That's how I live. That's what I do. So as I said earlier, I've only been using the LifeVantage products for a couple of weeks. However, I checked labels and I read the labels on the True Science, and what really attracted me to it was that there aren't many ingredients and I can decipher what each of those things are. And to me, that's really important. I have to know what I'm putting into my body and why. And what I did notice is that it's not all it's cracked up to be when it comes to the collagen sphere. So some of the big brands out there that are being represented by influencers such as the Kardashians really don't stack up when you actually look at it. So I just want to touch on that there's several different types of preparations when it comes to collagen. You've got the powder form, which we've already talked about, capsule, which is essentially just powder in a capsule, the liquid form, and the food source, which is another liquid form being in the form of bone broth. All right, so with powdered collagen, it's convenient, it's easy to use, it's tasteless. You can put it in your tea. That's how I used it. I used a different brand that was a powder, and you just put it in whatever you were drinking. It's a lower cost compared to the liquid preparations. However, a majority of it is from cow, and the cow collagen just isn't very well absorbed. So if you're taking into consideration the fact you're using a powder, you're then adding in the fact that it's a poorer form of collagen, you're going to need even more. So it's actually not as cost effective as you think, because you do need so much of it just to even make a difference when you're using it. The testing is really limited. Bones too, just like fish, we know big fish have heavy metals, and that's a consideration when you're choosing a collagen. But same with bones of big animals that live for a while as well. There's also those sorts of things to consider, and there's really limited testing. There's a lot more testing when you're looking at fish collagen, but there really isn't much when it comes to porcine and bovine, so your cow and pork varieties. And as I said, you need more to get the same result as a liquid preparation. Food source, which is bone broth, really easy to make. It's cheap. It's really nourishing. I'm sure Rhonda would agree. It's great for the gut as an add-on. However, there is the risk with heavy metals, as I said, with the bones. You need to make sure you've got organically sourced bones and that you're extracting the minerals out of those bones correctly. And the other thing to consider is histamine. So if you're dealing with someone who's got histamine intolerance, which so many people do because their guts, as Rhonda has pointed out, are terrible. And so many of us have leaky guts and don't even really realize, if you've got histamine intolerance, a long broth preparation is going to be a disaster by way of healing yourself and not feeling miserable, because that is what you can run into with bone broths. So there's a few popular powders. There are so many on the market, and this is an absolute buzzword in the industry, in health and wellness, in beauty. As it's already been touched on, collagen is the it thing at the moment. And so we're really well positioned to be able to share this product with people, especially because it's so better than the rivals. So Vital Proteins, which is repped by Jennifer Aniston. They have a variety of products. They are massive on social media. Marine or bovine, they use the Verisol technology, which is a really, really hydrolyzed form of collagen. So presumably it's better absorbed. However, it's still from cow, so it's still on the back foot to marine anyway. The pricing, you know, sort of around $34 for the cow and $45 for the marine, and one tub lasts 15 days. But if you're thinking that you need, like, that's only a third of what you actually will absorb, you're going to need a lot more. So it does work out to be quite expensive. The same with Dose & Co. They have a few more added ingredients in theirs. They've got, you know, citric acid, some flavoring, some coloring, and a natural sweetener in monk fruit. Same sort of thing, but theirs is purely cow. So you're not really going to see the results with that you would if you were using the marine preparations. And one that Rhonda pointed out to me that's quite popular within the beauty industry is the Bestow Beauty. I did really like the ingredient list on this because it was so simple, and that's really important when you're looking at a product. You need to have the least amount of fillers and junky ingredients as possible in there. So the ingredients are there as listed, just the hydrogen, marine collagen, peptides, vitamin C, zinc, raspberry juice, and monk fruit. So, but that is on the higher end. But now the real fun begins. So now I'm going to compare just the Bestow's Beauty to what we offer and how it differs. So the one thing I will point out with the Bestow's Beauty, it does say that it's free of heavy metals, but there's no testing available. So they're not overly transparent with how that's been tested and to what standard. So I wasn't quite convinced with that one. So just on to the next slide. All right. So we already went over the ingredients, but their claims are that they claim that the collagen and elastin production is boosted when using the product for younger looking skin. So does ours. It improves skin hydration and smoothness. So does the True Science liquid collagen. Helps reduce wrinkles and prevent wrinkles, helps plump out crow's feet. If you've looked at the study that has been produced in relation to the collagen, you'll see very clearly that our product does exactly the same thing. The other thing that I have noticed that they, in having a bit of research, reading a few blogs on the Bestow Beauty and the people that swear by it, they really go on about it inhibiting the matrix metalloproteinases 1 and 2 that breaks down collagen fibers. Now these matrix particles are also responsible for, they're directly implicated by oxidative stress, and also they are linked in a lot of head, neck, stomach cancers. So when these things sort of fire off, they are actually directly the result of a really, really inflamed body. So what I think we've got that really sets it apart too is that we're not really just saying just use the collagen on their own. It works best if you're using it with the Protandim as well. So when you do that, we know that that helps with oxidative stress. It basically just completely transforms the whole way that our body can work. So as far as that claim, I would rebut with you chuck Protandim in there and you've got an absolute powerhouse at building collagen and just reversing aging. They also mention the vitamin C and zinc. Ours has vitamin C in it. That's why we've got the citrus elements of it as well as the red quinoa. But again, with the zinc is an immune modulator. It helps your immune system work really well. You chuck Protandim in there. You chuck the other products that can all help with your pathways and get you detoxing and get your gut repairing. And, you know, you put everything in there. We've got an absolute powerhouse in the duo, and, you know, adding other things in. So that really doesn't hold up to me either. And the antioxidants, yes, we also have added some antioxidants into the collagen as well. So really, it's a powder too, so you need more. Now, this is the bit that really fired me up. So this is sort of when you're looking for a liquid collagen, this is the closest rival that is on the market in Australia that is sold at Chemist Warehouse. And, you know, what I sort of said to Rhonda when we were talking about it is if I go to Chemist Warehouse and I buy this, and for me starting on the True Science, my gut has been repairing far quicker than I expected it to. If I went into Chemist Warehouse and said to the girl at the counter, oh, I'm having, you know, my tummy's feeling a little bit funny since I've started with collagen, they're going to look at you and be like, what? you don't get that support. So I think that's another thing to really say about how we set it apart, is that when you do purchase through someone and you work in a team, you've got people you can go, hey, this happened to me. Has it happened to you? You don't get that when you work into a chemist. If we go to the next slide, because that's where I start to pick it apart. Yep, excellent. So what I would like to point out firstly is that this is not a liquid collagen at all. It is a hydrolyzed marine collagen peptide powder that is reconstituted into a liquid. So it is added in with water and apple juice. It is not a liquid collagen. It is a powder, so it essentially would have the exact same principle of absorption. It would not absorb as well because it is not actually legitimately a liquid. It is the closest on the market comparison-wise because it is the only one that does have the red quinoa extract in it that I've been able to find so far. However, it has 5 sweeteners if we include the apple juice. 5 sweeteners, one of them being sucralose. It also has a collagen boosting complex, which is their fancy word there. That is an additive that is purely an antioxidant. Vitamin C as well, and yeast powder. Now, next slide. So the sweeteners. There's erythritol, which is generally considered safe. It's a naturally derived sugar alcohol, but it can cause digestive upset because it is a sugar alcohol. Stevia is probably the safest of the bunch that's in this product. It's made from the stevia plant. It's about 50 to 300 times the sweetness of sugar, and it is naturally derived. It is purely a plant-based sweetener. Trehalose is a completely manufactured, completely artificial sweetener, and it can also cause gastrointestinal upset. Apple juice concentrate. Apple juice is sweet enough. That's the only sweetener in the True Science product, and it's plenty sweet. I'm sure you would all agree. And then we have sucralose, which I have no reason to understand why they would put that in, but it is a completely artificial sweetener. It alters your glucose levels, can cause digestive issues, kills gut probiotics, and it completely upsets the microbiome. And also under extreme heat, sucralose can morph and change and do all sorts of weird things. So another red flag, yeast. I don't for the life of me know why it's in there. It's not brewer's yeast. It's not anything beneficial to the microbiome. It's yeast. All I can think is it's just a nasty filler that they've put in there. It's absolutely no testing data available. And there's no information. There's like 0.1% or 0.2% fish peptides. There's absolutely no elaboration on that whatsoever on the internet. So now if we compare it to the True Science, which the ingredients are all things that I understand, I know what they are, and it's just a completely different product altogether. If we go to the next slide. So the sweeteners consist of apple juice, and the natural flavors, the cranberry, raspberry, and strawberry, which would add to the flavor profile and make it more palatable. There are antioxidants and vitamin C that's in the aerosolar berry extract, blueberry powder, and the young oncan, if I'm saying that right, extract, which I had no idea about until I started researching for this and what it actually does. Go to the next slide. So this is basically a super citrus. It is a very powerful bioflavonoid, which the particular bioflavonoid that it is high in is hesperidin, which can assist with cardiovascular health. It really helps to de-inflame cardiovascular tissues. It also is very neuroprotective, so it helps with cognitive health, and it also helps with metabolic health. This particular bioflavonoid, when it's been studied with metabolic health, it actually basically just dissolves fat, so it dissolves lipids and really helps kickstart metabolic health, which I imagine is why when you take the Protandim and the collagen of a morning, people were also experiencing weight loss, is because it is so great at preventing fats absorbing and then staying in the body. That actually helps process and assimilate and take them to the waste pathways. Now, the last thing that I found in this, I looked at my box and noticed there was phenylalanine in it, which normally that's alarm bells for me because that means aspartame. However, just to point out, that is not the case with the True Science collagen. It is extremely abundant in food, all sorts of foods, plants, meats, all sorts of things, but especially in fish, and especially in fish skin and scales, which is where a majority of the liquid collagen comes from, is actually from the skin. It is an essential amino acid. If you know much about going back to like like biological science in school, amino acids are building blocks for our body completely. They're a protein that we need to do sort of every sort of function in our body, and obviously production slows as we get older as well. It is not the same as aspartame, so don't freak out if you see the phenylalanine. It purely is a warning there for there's a really rare condition called PKU. If you do have that, aspartame, not aspartame, phenylalanine can cause some metabolic issues for you and can make you quite sick. It is absolutely not used as a sweetener in this preparation. It is purely sweetened naturally and delicious, and I love having mine every day. And I think that's pretty much it for me. So yeah, thank you for that. And I hope you found that comparison useful.
It was absolutely incredible, and just another testament that when LifeVantage brings a product to the market, it absolutely is the best.
Yeah, I agree. And I just wanted to touch, without getting too technical and sciencey, this hesperidin, you often see that in vitamin C. It is a natural antihistamine. Another tick, people, another tick, especially when it comes to inflammatory markers, gut health. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So yeah, wow, we were supposed to be here for 10 minutes and we're trying to keep it really brief because we're just all so excited about so much information we want to pour into you all. But I would really love to hear your feedback, and everyone, you know, please tag the people that you know you love in this group, because as far as I'm concerned, everyone needs to hear about this information, and they need knowledge is power. You can make your own decision as to what's going to work best for you. But I just have a question, because you know we've got a prize. If it hasn't already been drawn from last night, we've got prizes every week. Okay, every night during this week in because it's Mother's Day, leading up to Mother's Day. So I've been asked to put a question to you, and whoever gets it right will potentially, yeah, you go into the draw to win this prize, right? So my question is, and it's a bit of an open-ended question, you really can't get it right, but what's the point of difference with our LifeVantage, our True Science liquid collagen? What's the point of difference to you? Okay, so there's quite a few things that Karen touched on, but just to spill the beans, we're not just replenishing collagen. What else are we doing? What else are we doing with this product? And what else are we doing when you put it together? Oh, super powerhouse. And it's functional food, people. Oh, that was one of the answers. Did I give it away?
Thank you so much, Rhonda. That was such a great question. And we are so different. So like Rhonda said, please tag all of your friends, add them into the group. We've got a special Mother's Day promotion. So when you buy the liquid collagen, a 30-day count plus the NRF2, there's a synergy. So it works even better. And we do have an amazing gua sha that you're also going to get for free when you buy the Healthy Glow Stack while stocks last. And I have heard that in some of the markets, it's already sold out. So don't wait. Just in closing, with liquid collagen, with the NRF2, we do not make any claims to heal, cure, prevent, mitigate, diagnose any disease, but this is truly amazing. It is real food. Like Karen said, you can pronounce the names, you understand what it is, and your body is going to acknowledge that as well. Your body is going to be activated. So it's absolutely incredible. It's going to take you to the next level. So ladies, Rhonda and Karen, thank you so much for being here tonight. We definitely need to do this again. I had so much fun and it was a value-packed Zoom.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you to Karen, because we just threw her in the deep end. We only was talking about this today. It's like, Karen, come and play, come and join us. So well done.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, ladies, and have a great evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.